Next, I'd like to invite Dr. John Lee Allen, Managing Partner at RYSE Asset Management. John is a founder and investor with a background as a physician and research scientist. He has driven innovation across the world to raise millions in seed investment and expand into new markets. An expert in residence at Imperial College London, John's expertise spans science, technology, and medicine. He developed an implantable medical device as a PhD student at Oxford University. He was also appointed a National NHS Clinical Entrepreneur Fellow and Mentor, the largest program to validate healthcare technologies globally. With a diverse educational background encompassing medicine, engineering, and neuroscience, John's knowledge base is extraordinary. He has held innovation roles at renowned institutions such as the Royal Society of Medicine, Harvard University, the World Health Organization, and many more. Welcome.
Good afternoon. It's wonderful to join you here in Sofia. It's a beautiful city. So getting to the future first with health AI. I believe everything starts with purpose. Health and well-being is something that we can all take for granted. However, we all know it can be a source of a huge amount of suffering. We want to reduce that suffering and allow people to live healthy lives. Our dream is to transform 1 billion lives by 2030. My objective is to share some key points as to how and why health AI is helping us to reimagine healthcare and enable you to develop strategies in getting to the future first. Health AI is enabled by the explosion in health data. The digitalization of healthcare has created the foundational layer for health AI. For example, a lot of the companies that we all know and love, and Shafi talked about very eloquently earlier, companies that are in telemedicine, remote monitoring, risk scoring, decision support, genomic analysis, and clinical trial recruitment. These are all processes that have been largely digitalized. The timeline of health AI over the past 10 years has really focused on those processes, which is now very much converging into life sciences research and development. Health AI has attracted record levels of investment. Optimum, in their survey, spoke with some of the key investors, and in 2021, the health AI market was worth around $11 billion, which is forecast to be worth $188 billion by 2030. However, the adoption is still very much in the early phases. Only 21% of health AI adopted by customers has been in production for over 2 years. 19% reported that their models had been in production for less than 2 years. A further 34% say that their organization is piloting, and 26% said that their organization has not yet considered the application of health AI. Health AI adoption is driven by global challenges. So who cares? The 3 Ps. Health AI is overcoming challenges faced by payers, providers, and pharma. And by pharma, I mean industry. Pharma, medical device, insurers, private providers, public providers. So why now? Necessity is the mother of all invention. So we take that from Plato. So what are the necessities that are driving health AI? It starts with increasing demand, which is coming from an aging population and an increased burden of chronic disease. Rising costs in healthcare, we can do more, but we have to find a way to pay for more. and that particularly puts pressure on public providers and payers. And a declining and a more mobile workforce, or perhaps I should say more remote. This is something which has really challenged the industry. Clinicians working from a site that is not necessarily where the healthcare is delivered. And new regulation for software as a medical device particularly, and reimbursement models, particularly for digital therapeutics, are all tailwinds driving adoption. And the thing that we get most excited about is really the consumerization of healthcare. This is driven by convenience and choice. So health AI is supporting care today and creating the industry of tomorrow. Health AI applications used by the providers of care are maturing. 88% of healthcare organizations, if you look at the chart, say that the mature stage of AI adoption is when models are designed for clinicians or healthcare providers. But they're closely followed by industry players in the 30 to 50% range of AI adoption. However, this is not evenly distributed. There are specific types of data which are more amenable to health AI. 78% is structured data or relational type data sets. 80% natural language text, which we've heard a lot about, and there's a lot of excitement around ChatGPT and OpenAI. And probably what many people in this room get excited about is imaging. So 43% in the mature phase is imaging, so radiology, pathology. We get really excited about getting our diagnoses much faster and more accurately, really preventing disease. So health AI is also forecast to create new markets. In 2026, the robot-assisted surgery market worldwide is forecast to amount to over $40 billion a year. So the opportunities are where most of the data is being generated. Data in surgery is being generated like never before, because robotics have entered the operating theater, the surgical theater. So typically an area within healthcare which was considered a black box is now producing huge amounts of data. And the reason it's one of the largest, or forecast to be one of the largest markets, is because healthcare is still quite focused on therapeutics, and surgery is one of the most highly reimbursed areas of healthcare. However, there are concerns about health AI adoption, and I just wanted to highlight some of those. 28% are particularly concerned about a loss of human interaction. 23% harmful privacy breaches, and 10% an increase in professional liability regarding augmented decision-making. So health AI is creating global research and development partnerships. So stakeholders are engaged in research and development globally. So it's critical to identify the right partners across both emerging and developed markets. For example, clusters in emerging economies have demonstrated rapid adoption because of a less developed healthcare infrastructure and high smartphone penetration, so-called leapfrogging effect. RYSE engages with big tech, healthcare providers, insurers, pharmaceutical, and medical device companies. And we do that to develop increasingly more end-to-end and integrated solutions. So join us in getting to the future first. In summary, health AI is really only truly enabled by integrating, combining data across both care and industry stakeholders. This is an investor partnership we did with Novartis, a global pharmaceutical company, Medtronic, the world's largest medical device company, and the NHS. And the purpose was to reimagine cardiovascular care. So we took one of the areas which has the largest burden of disease, some of the largest costs, the largest in terms of mortality, and we brought together stakeholders to think about how can we work together, how can we integrate data across both care delivery and the needs of industry. Our focus is on getting those first insights into the market needs. What is the market pulling? And we work with early adopter clinical validation partners, in this case, Chelsea and Westminster, NHS Trust. And we work with industry distribution partners to help reach the market. So this is about creating companies that can grow and scale globally. So let's make it happen. Our dream is to transform 1 billion lives by 2030.